What does it mean to be American? What does it mean to live in the U.S. as a citizen? This question can be answered with many things, but can it be answered with a problem? Yes, a problem. For most people in America, it means racial profiling and experiencing racial inequalities.
Immigration, that does affect uh, the pool of available jobs.
They couched it in language. They made everything black, ugly, and evil.
Black, Asian, Indian, Native American. All these groups are constantly being attacked for one thing, the way they are.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Bayonne. I'm a paraeducator here at Franklin High School.
Hi, my name is Rob George. I have a master's degree in clinical social work, and I work in the behavioral health field for the county Solano's behavioral health department.
And what do you think is the best solution, probably, for stopping racial injustice?
I would say more information, more classes, more social classes, more social injustice classes, even at the high school level, or even at the intermediate level. I think also with time will heal a lot of wounds, and a lot of it is just cultural. It's like in the past, so things just get perpetuated over time. And I think in order to stop that, you need time, you need education.
Well, that's a pretty complex question. I think there are a lot of things that have been tried in the past and continue to be attempted. But for me, the biggest thing is just awareness.
And why do you personally think people still continue racial injustice in America?
I think people are just misinformed and uneducated, and sometimes just ignorant to really what's going on.
Have you had an experience where you have been racially profiled, whether it's just at the everyday grocery store, walking home, taking a walk?
Absolutely. So in the year 2000 and between 2016 and 17, myself and my companion have been pulled over 46 times. Myself, I was pulled over in the driveway of my house. In the driveway, I was pulled over by a cop. And I had to take out my ID, put my hands up, everything, and then I had to show him that my address matched the house address, and yes, I lived there, but he just couldn't believe that I could live in a house of that stature, or he just didn't believe me. And so, a lot. I have been 46 times.
And it must be pretty hard going through those experiences, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially with it's a man of law there. He has his gun on him and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And do you think that, if racial injustice and racial profiling, etc., would stop in America, do you think that it would, affect the kids differently now?
Absolutely. It affects everyone differently now.
When as a therapist, when you go to grad school, one of the biggest things that they teach you is to always be aware of your biases. We all have them, and until you understand and acknowledge that you have biases, then you'll always be susceptible to higher amounts of discrimination, bias, and racism.
Groups such as Black Lives Matter, the National Association of the Advancement for Colored People, and the Government Alliance on Racial Inequality, or GARE, rise up to have their voices heard about various topics on racial oppression. Many people of color have had their parents, children, and or friends taken from them because of the police force or the blame on not cooperating.
There's plenty of studies that show that it doesn't matter what you look like, if you're able to have the same advantages as any other group. Within any group, you're going to have people that are higher achieving than others, but just across the board, if you have the same advantages as any other kind of group, then the group you belong to, a good percentage of those people are going to be successful. And so I think that's what it comes down to is helping each group that's out there have the same opportunities. We live in a country that says, all men are created equal. That's supposed to mean all men and women. And it's supposed to mean all men and women, no matter what you look like, no matter what you believe, and no matter where your parents came from, what neighborhood they grew up in, we're all supposed to have the same advantages. So we've got a lot of work to do before that's a reality.